So when you think about talent practices, these are not all of them, but this is how we at Charter think about our connected talent practices. And we've got goal planning, which feeds into performance, which feeds into talent assessment or talent review. That talent assessment or talent review feeds into your succession planning process, and a lot of those practices feed into development planning. The base for all connected practices are things that we talk about and we coin as frequent meaningful conversations. This could be your one-on-ones, your development discussions. We talk about these as frequent meaningful conversations as the foundation to all of these practices. Today's focus and the work that we launched earlier this year is what we're calling Talent Builder.
Hey, Megan, this is Rich. I just saw a comment from Jenny in the chat. Does the employee get to pick the path they're on, or is it a joint feedback discussion?
Excellent question. The decision maker on this is the manager. This is the replacement of the 9-box, but I'm about to get into, during that frequent meaningful conversation, that is an input into this conversation or into this decision. Because if I'm having a conversation with my direct report and find that they have no interest in being my successor or moving up, it's not right for them, I am not going to put them in a stretch and grow development path. They will be a stay and be great. So they provide input. Their aspiration matters to the designation of development path.
So I was interested to see that slide of development paths, which was quite insightful, right? When you talked about stay and be great, reset and align, and so on, right? However, if I have to look at the other side of it, when we talk about talent, right, who are not performing at a certain level, right? It is either in general, either seen as a skill issue or a will issue. We probably many a times tend to look at the skill issue. What about the will issue aspect of it? Would you categorize that under any of those, and how do you deal with it in your organization?
We categorize that. If you look at the definition of potential that helps to feed the development path, one of those important areas is engagement, which could be the will issue that you're talking about. It's their dedication, their aspiration separate, but it's their dedication, their discretionary, whatever that is, that will, that interest, that aspiration could be a part of that. We do look at that in our definition of potential.
I just wanted to kind of speak to JB's comment, and Megan, I love that conversation starter kits. And if you're willing to share those, I'd love to see it, but I wanted to. That'd be great. Thank you. JB, one of the things that we're doing in AbbVie is not only, do we have a whole process for helping managers to understand their responsibility for having development conversations, but really we're going direct to employees. And we have campaigns and messaging around, you are in charge of your career. And we've done a million webinars, and every ERG is jumping on board, and every, like talent management does it. And we have every February, a huge talent development week called LDP, Learn, Development, Perform. And we do a whole bunch of them at that time, so there really there's much broader effort so that employees don't feel that they have to wait for managers to initiate those conversations.
I'm wondering, Megan and Anna, do you both have talent intelligence or, operations there? Because we don't even have talent management. I mean, we're a $1.7 billion company, and these structures just haven't existed. And so career pathing and all of, this talent marketplace concept are things that I really have been pushing for. And I assume you both probably already have those.